Whoo boy, nerds, nerds. What do I have to say to this other than whoo? My goodness. So yesterday I posted a video. It was mostly just kinda, reacting to the Fire Emblem Warriors trailer. And I did not realize at the time, but people were going to lose their minds over things, start hurling insults at each other in the comments, and it took me aback quite a bit. I was not expecting it. I was just like, oh, it's a funny little video, and then that happened. Apparently, there's a lot of division. I don't know if it's in my fan base who watch my trailers, who are, well, trailers videos. Don't watch my trailers. I do not make them. My videos about things, Fire Emblem Heroes related or Fire Emblem related at all. As you can see here, I'm just playing a bit of the trailer in the background. I'm not going to play sound because I need talkie time. But mostly, it's... Oh, boy. I guess a lot of people are upset over the representation over the more recent games getting. I mean, a lot of it. Basically, right now we have a lot of Fates and a lot of Awakening characters, which is, I'm sure, not rubbing a lot of people the right way, especially if you're fans of the older games. And, admittedly, we still have Marth, and it looks like we're probably going to get some Shadow Dragon representation in this game, at least from what I can tell. But still, a lot of people aren't happy to see any characters from certain other games. But the thing is, I mean, I understand the frustration. I do. I get it. I know exactly what you're thinking. Because you look at this and you're like, wow, there's only Fates and Awakenings characters here. This is not so much fun. I really like, Sacred Stones or Path of Radiance, or some crazy person in the other, left wing is like, I like Thracia. I'm really a big fan of Thracia. And then, they get booted out of the room. But still, nonetheless, as you can see, a lot of people are not so happy about that. And they took the time in the last video to scream at me and several other people for dare mentioning the fact that Fates is getting such, amount of characters, blah-de-blah-de-blah. Now, granted, that I had to delete quite a few arguments in the chat and in the comments and things like that over silly little things like that, but let me just take the time to address that. Guys, everyone here in this is part of the Fire Emblem community, right? I mean, everyone's part of this fan base. And yes, there are newer games, and obviously they're getting a bit of favoritism, but the thing is not to harp on each other over that. Like, I mean, sure, we have new fans here, but I think the real problem here would probably be something you want to bring up to Koei or, Intelligent Systems, because they're the ones who are putting the games together. If you want to see some of your representation for your earlier games, whichever, probably would be time to start complaining to them. Or at least, voicing your opinions, not so much complaints. Obviously, when it came to Warriors games, especially like these, there's room for a lot more characters, obviously. There's room to build upon this, and we're not even seeing the full extent of what characters are there. And I'm just replaying the cutscene manually because, I mean, the trailer manually because I am really good at preparing ahead of time. But still, nonetheless, I understand the frustration. But, just because we only have so many characters right now that seem to be only in Fates, that doesn't mean we can't build upon this and hopefully get more characters in there for those who really want to see it. Like, I mean, the last Warriors game we had was Hyrule Warriors, at least under a Nintendo property, and they spanned the width of most of that series. Granted, you can only get so many versions of Link before you lose your mind, but still, a lot of it, came in DLC with newer characters. They even added Tingle because people like Tingle. And eventually, I'm sure we're going to get another version of this, probably. Who knows, maybe they'll put it on the 3DS. I'm kidding. But still, nonetheless, we have a lot of DLC, I'm sure, that's planned ahead. and we have a lot more content coming this way. So don't worry so much. And if you do, start to just talk about it. Don't try to bash each other just because of it. I mean, I know a lot of you have differences in opinions to how the game works, Fire Emblem, casual versus whatever, and, if you're much more hardcore, that's great. That's cool, but if you aren't, and you just started with, Awakening and things like that, don't feel so threatened by it. Don't worry so much about it. Just be happy your character's there. Be happy that things are going your way. We need to work together more as a fan base, and less trying to, attack each other over that kind of stuff. Especially over a Warriors game, of all things. Oh my god. It's not even that amazing content, guys. It's literally you just pilot them around and kill everyone. It's literally a brawler. I'm pretty sure Takumi already does that normally. And I don't know what I was expecting from this video. I don't even know what but I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's just say, yeah, things are really very odd right now. I wasn't expecting it to take off the way it did, but I don't think we need to worry too much about character representation. I know you guys really want to see one of your better characters, your older characters brought forth, into the 3D realm, a lot like these characters. Chances are we'll probably see something very soon for those who really do enjoy them. I really doubt they're going to leave out some of the characters from, Sacred Stones and Path of Radiance and all those other games, at least when it comes to something like DLC, because it seems they're pretty adamant about what they're going to be doing here. But there's always hope, right? Always hope. So please stop insulting each other on the cameras and on the comments, because otherwise it's not very fun. Anyways, that's just my little topic to talk about today, because oh boy, that was a hell of a lot. Alright guys, I will catch you later. Have a great day, and try not to get so upset over things. Or at least, if you do, put them where they need to, be. Your complaints where they need to be. Anyways, catch you guys soon.